So welcome back. In this session, I'm going to teach you what is pass by a value, pass by value, pass by reference in C functions. In C functions, we are also going to look at pointers to be able to do this. Pointers, and a pointer simply this is a variable that stores the address of another variable. So for example, in this case, you'll see us declaring a pointer to maybe an integer, and this pointer can store the address of maybe another pointer called A. You can also have it storing an address of A, and also we can be having again A being a pointer like this. So it also can store the address. It can also be a pointer to a pointer, a pointer to a pointer to a pointer, and something of that sort. So pointers are very powerful in C. And in this class, we are going to move as I move straight to where I store my programs. Then I will try to create a program to really swap two numbers, and then we'll make use of pointers and see how that goes along. So I'll say nano swap.c. So I'll have my hash include stdio.h. I'll have an user defined function that I'm calling swap. So I will really prototype it here. It will pass in a pointer. It also pass in another pointer. Simply to pass in an address of a variable. And remember, if you pass by reference, as you'll see using now pointers, you can be able to change the parameters themselves, even of the original values which were in main, or the original variables which will be in main. In this case, I'm going to move to int main. And here, I'm going to declare variables, maybe a, b, which I'm going to pass in. So I'll prompt the user to printf, enter the value of a and b respectively. So I'll come and scan f, use the type specifier for an integer, scan the two variables, address of a, address b. So now if A is 10 and B is 20, I want to swap them so that now maybe A becomes 20 and then B becomes. So from there, I'll simply call my swap function. Then I can pass in the address of A, which is a pointer in itself, and then the address of B, which is another pointer in itself. So from there, I can return 0. Maybe I can come and print f to the screen, the value, and I'll say the value of A is %d and B is %d. Then I will say A and then B. Then I'll return my 0 and I'll end my main function. So what will happen here is that when we pass by reference, we are passing the address itself. This address will be assigned to the parameters that we pass in the swap function. These parameters, or inside now the swap function, you can be able to change the values. When you pass by reference, you can be able to change the values and they will cascade all the way to the main function. So when we print the value of A and B now here, it will have changed. It will be altered by the now the swap function in that for this case. So from there, I'm going simply to define my swap function. I'll pass in maybe a pointer b, y, int another pointer z. What has happened here is simply the address of A will be assigned to pointer y, the address of B will be assigned pointer z. Send a pointer, it will store the address of a variable. So here, I can come and declare a variable t, which will hold a temporary value. So I can now swap. So I can say t How do we get values out of pointers? We use the dereference or indirection operator. This one will cough out, or it will bring out the value itself that is in the t itself, the value itself. Maybe what I mean is, if we have int pointer a, which is 25, which is pointer a, which has the address of b, then when you just output a, what you are simply saying is that you get the value itself, which is the address of b. So from there, we can assign the temporary to the pointer of y, and then the pointer of y, the value that was in y, will be changed to the value that is in z, and now what is in z will be assigned to the temporary. So from there, I will end, and most likely this will have helped us. I will come back to it and see something more. So I will exit y, then gcc swap.c put swap, no error, swap, enter the value of 10 and 20. So the value of a is 20 and b is 10. We have seen that that has been achieved. So what happens if it was now passed by value? If it was passed by value, what would have happened? So I'm simply going to do a change over here. I'm going to copy what was in swap in C. So I'll say cat swap.c, cat swap.c. I'm going to copy all this to a new file that I'm calling maybe nano pass by value.c. So when I paste, I'll remove the pointer itself here. I'll be removing the pointers here. I'll be passing simply an integer like that, and then I'll come here. I'll not pass the address itself, but I'll pass a and b. Here I'll pass in value itself. Let's see what happens, whether it will have swapped or it won't have swapped. So ty y, remove all these pointer variables here. Now we expect this is passing by value. We are passing the value itself, not the address. Therefore, it will not have changed what was in a and b. You'll notice. So let's try to exit, to compile. Yes. So gcc pass by value. C output pass by value. Pass by value. Enter the value, maybe 10 and 20. The value of a is 10, the value of b is 20. It never changed anything. So I hope you have understood the difference between pass by value and pass by reference. See you in the next session. Please like and subscribe this channel for others to be able to come in here and get the knowledge.